everyone, my name is Grace Zhou, and I'm currently in Battambang, Cambodia, working for a child NGO called Homeland. My project is to examine a recent Cambodian policy which reintegrates children at institutions like Homeland who are victims of sex trafficking, child labor, etc., back with their family or kin.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Streid, and I'm currently in Kuching, Malaysia, at the Sarawak Children's Cancer Society. My research is looking at pediatric palliative care, or more specifically, care for children at the end of life.
I am living in St. Petersburg, Russia, and my project is working with an organization called Club Butterfly. It works with handicapped kids and their families here in St. Petersburg, Russia. We try to run both camps and day programs for them throughout the year to encourage them and help them live up to their full potential.
At Duke, I've studied reintegration, mainly from an academic perspective with my senior thesis. And I thought that it was something that was very innovative, and I was very excited to learn about it in person in Cambodia. But when I got on the ground, I realized that issues that are seemingly very black and white on paper are actually very, very complex in person. So for example, on my first reintegration trip, I went with a young boy who I'd gotten very close to. He came from a very poor family, and it was very clear that he was going back to a situation where he was going to labor in a brick kiln again. So I think from that point forward, I realized that although reintegration looks very good on paper, and especially in a poor country like Cambodia, it's not very feasible. Children are very much better off in institutions than they will be at home in 99% of the cases. So this really made me reevaluate what the core problem was.
I've learned a lot about what it means to really be part of a community here in Malaysia because I'm living at the Pediatric Cancer Halfway House, which means that the parents and the children are always around me. I'm eating with them, I'm cooking with them, I'm cleaning with them, and it means that I'm also with them during very difficult times. You know, when your kid is sick, life isn't easy. And so I've had to learn how to really sit and be present in very real and very raw suffering, even when I can't do anything at all except for offer my presence. And it's been really humbling and really fascinating to do it in the context of this particular community because it brings together people from all over Malaysia, people who are Malay, who are Chinese, who are part of various native tribes. They're Buddhists, they're Christians, and they're Muslims, and I'm spending all of my days with them. And it's really given me a way to understand how people of different religious and cultural traditions deal with the concept of suffering, ways that they're different, ways that they're similar, ways that they can support one another in the midst of this shared experience. This fellowship gives me an extensive network of people I can connect to and talk to about all of these issues. So I can Skype with the other Hart Fellows and learn more about what they're going through and learn about how they're coping with the challenges of their various placements. I can talk with my mentors back in the US, and I can also write letters home. So I write these monthly essays and send them to my writing coach back in the States, who reads through them and responds to them and helps me sort through all of the chaotic thoughts going through my head. So because of these extensive support systems, I'm really learning how to process all that I see and all that I'm experiencing, all the ways in which I feel like I'm messing up or contributing or growing in very real and very powerful ways.
The past 6 months here in St. Petersburg, Russia have really begun to show me sort of where that comes from, looking at my past and then trying to look into my future and where I want to go with that. I'm learning a lot about the difference between trying to teach people and think you know what's right for people, and actually just being there for people and being there with people, and understanding that if you're really going to help people, you have to understand that you also need help and that you also a broken person, and that together y'all can try to make the world a better place. But alone, just coming in and telling people things, that doesn't work. It's really incredible because I knew this would be a great experience, but I just didn't understand how much and just how unique of an experience it would be. I can't imagine another situation in which I was given the financial support and the instructional support to be able to go in and learn so much about leadership and about community service and just about all that. I just can't imagine that in any other situation I could learn as much as I am learning now, with as much of an emphasis on really examining myself and examining who I'm becoming and who I want to be.